I heard tale of increased Tears of the Kingdom performance by updating to the beta SteamOS 3.5. And so this video is showing that off, and I think you will be pleased with the results. Make sure you don't skip this comparison that I do at the end of the video. As always, we'll jump in and check out all the settings. I have the beta version 3.5 of the SteamOS. In Yuzu, I have all of these mods installed and I'm using these ones. Here's General, we've got System, CPU set to Unsafe, the graphics settings, Advanced Graphics, and then there's the audio and inputs, but you don't really need to touch those ever. Currently, we're running Yuzu version 3699. It's the early access version, and these dudes are just pumping updates out. I also installed Decky and got PowerTools. I turned SMT on, 8 threads, turned the frequency limits, and made the minimum all the way to 3400. I'm trying to make it so that it utilizes the CPU as much as possible. That's all the settings that I have on that for now. Later, we'll mess around with a few other things. In the Steamdeck Performance, nothing crazy. Frame limit off for now. And with that, let's jump into the game. Right off the bat, we are getting way better results. Out in the open world, easily getting 30, and it's even jumping into 40. I think the biggest improvement came from just updating SteamOS to 3.5, but as you can see there, it has weird bugs that I'm noticing. Even when I was playing God of War and the game just crashed, and then it had another weird glitch where I changed the refresh rate and half the screen started flickering all crazy like. So I think those are all why it's in beta and hasn't been pushed out yet and will get fixed eventually. But for now, if you're playing this and you want that improved performance, I'd say it is definitely worth updating. You can just sit back and enjoy some gameplay here. I'm gonna go through a little bit of some personal updates. Monday, we hit 100 subscribers. I've been uploading for 3 weeks now, and I did not think that a gaming channel could get any sort of reach. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I think we could build a pretty cool small community over here. On some emulation news, Yuzu just pushed out an update on the Android version that allows you to play on the Google Pixel, which is what I have. So I just made a video showcasing that. In this video, you're gonna see some bugs as well as a major crash, which I have not experienced before. Speaking of bugs, this is another weird little glitch. I hit the button, hit it again, and then all of a sudden it exited out of full screen. I'm not even sure how it did that. Thankfully, I had my mouse connected already and it was pretty easy just to scroll on over, click it back to full screen. I'm pretty sure that is a SteamOS 3.5 beta bug. I have never seen that happen before. We just keep hovering right above that 30 frames per second, so I decided instead of trying to push for more frames per second, just locking it at 30 and seeing how well it can handle that. Don't forget, at the end of this video, I do a comparison of 3 different settings walking around the village that is notoriously known to be hard to emulate, but it did a lot better with these new settings and the new OS update. And now for some uninterrupted gameplay. Enjoy.
Ho ho. Huh. Ho ho. Huh. Ha.
And here we have it, folks. The first time Yuzu has crashed on me. I think it has more to do with that I'm using the beta version of the operating system than it does PowerTools or the other settings that I have. After I booted back in, I decided I wanted to do 3 different tests. One, with the settings that you've already seen from the beginning of this video, nothing changed all the way through. The next one, I wanted to see if it would make much of a difference putting it into handheld mode, which would bump it down to 720p. And for the third one, I wanted to limit the usage of the GPU to hopefully push more power to the CPU. At the very end, I'll put all 3 on the screen so you can see them all together. And here we are for the epic finale, showcasing all 3. The FPS has significantly increased from the last time I did this test, so I'm super excited about that. Can't wait for another performance update from the Yuzu team, because I think we're getting very close to a solid 30 FPS in this game. I've had a bunch of people leaving comments saying that they're getting 30 frames per second, but then nobody's willing to share exactly all their settings. So please, if you can do that, just let the community know what your settings are. But this is the best that I've gotten it so far.